Hello YouTube, Gareth Beavis here taking you through the new LG G6. Now this is the more sophisticated phone from the brand. It's got an all metal and glass unibody design, and basically it's got all the features that we're expecting from top smartphones today. USB-C, headphone jack, waterproof and dust resistant. So let's take a look and see what makes this thing really tick. Right, let's compare this to the predecessor, the LG G5, which was modular, and it felt a little bit more like a toy. It felt a little bit like it fell apart in your hands compared to the all-in-one unibody, well put together feeling of the LG G6. In the hand, the LG G6 feels much better. It feels like it's a more compact and well put together phone, while it does take some of the features from last year, so the always-on display is still there. You've still got the same interface, but that's been slightly enhanced, as we'll see again in a minute. The fingerprint scanner on the LG G6 is in the same place as many phones from LG before, and it fits really nicely. It's where your finger should naturally fall. We're hearing Samsung's going to do the same thing, but put the fingerprint scanner slightly higher, so it's good to see that LG's doing it this way. In terms of the interface, things haven't been changed that much, but the screen is larger. The icons are therefore rounded a little bit more to fit in with the aesthetic of the phone, and everything's just a little bit more snappy compared to the slightly slower processor of the LG G5. I like the way that it looks on the new interface. It's not necessarily changing anything too much, but it does work. Right, so let's talk about the screen on the LG G6, and it's the real highlight of this whole phone. It's a full vision QHD display, and it can support both Dolby Vision and HDR10, so if you've got any movies encoded in that format, or Netflix and Amazon as they're bringing forward, you can watch them on this phone and they will look superb, because they do look really great. The test shots we've got admittedly do often optimize what's supposed to be on the screen, but it does make a big difference. Colours are clearer, contrast is better, and the overall screen is brighter, so if you are looking for a phone to watch movies on, this 18:9 full vision display is probably the one you're going to be looking for. And the final big change is the cameras. We've got two 13 megapixel snappers on the back. One is for wide angle and one is for your standard day-to-day snapping. The transition between the two of them is fairly seamless, but LG has also improved the user interface of the camera using two squares, because the 18:9 display can handle two different sets of displays at once. On the left-hand side you can do preview or create a collage. You can perhaps see the photos you've already taken. LG has done some clever things with the interface to mean that you can still snap and understand what you're snapping at the exact same time. Quality seems to be okay and should get even better, as we understand this phone will be optimised further for things like battery and camera. And while it doesn't change anything too much, the specs are very similar to last year. The camera module has been slimmed down, so the design is improved. So that's the LG G6, and in many ways it takes many of the great features from today's modern smartphones, like an always-on display, expandable storage, waterproof design and a metal unibody, but adds to it in certain ways too. That 18:9 full vision QHD display is a real treat. The Dolby Vision and HDR10 support is really excellent, and the two 30 megapixel cameras on the back, while they're not necessarily jumping forward in terms of image quality, are thinner and create a much sleeker phone. We're bringing you the full review of the LG G6 very soon, and as ever, keep it locked to Tech Radar for all your MWC 2017 content. Thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and thank you for stopping by.